And what happened to me is I had to make my world of mathematics bigger and having more aspects and more uh, a human side to it. A lot of kids that have been in my math classes will tell you, well, he has these pictures of people. That was part of that. But my point is like, how did some kind of way I was in the system here in Georgia and had just zip, could not even get into college. I could not even pass the college entrance exam. And then some kind of way I did something differently. And then I got state and national awards for outstanding achievement in mathematics. President of the Mathematics and Computer Science Club at Georgia State University. People come up to me and say, "You're the smartest person of math I've ever met in my entire life." And I'm like, "Man, you got to be kidding me, right?" That shows right there that when people walk up to me and say that, we behind, seriously behind in this state, man, because I've never even published a single paper or solved an unsolved problem. Math is a big, huge thing. Art, and there's multi-millions of dollars in solving math problems. And man, I, I challenge you to find people in Georgia that even know that you get money for doing the number one. There's math that people can't do, and number two, if you do it, they'll give you millions of dollars. A lot of people. It's hard to find. Did you know you could get millions of dollars for solving a arithmetic math problem or something like that? People don't know. That's Georgia, right? Backward is all get out. It's still the curse of the slavery and the war, and still slavery is a curse today because really conditions of slavery are where people are being trafficked or where they don't have they're placed in some circumstances where they have to work and somebody else gets the money and all they get is some food and a cot to sleep on or something like that. It's rampant all across the United States. And the number of people, and these are what's called conditions of slavery. So the number of people in the United States living under somebody else's control like this in conditions of slavery in the United States today outnumbers the number of slaves that were landed alive in the United States in the transatlantic slave period. And you can see that on, what is it? Uh, global, let's see, global slavery. Oops, I'm messing up now. So, but the thing about it is I know I'm like all over the place and spreading out and talking about all these different things and stuff. But what's going to screw me up is if I get even the least bit upset about it. I have to just accept it. Ride that brain, man. Your brain is going. Just ride it. And so I know we were talking about you've got to write. You've got to give a talk, and you're writing it, right? And I was giving you some suggestions, and I think that's the best one that I still need to listen to the most. Usually, what happens if I'm really serious about trying to communicate something, and this kind of thing happens to me, where my brain just does what it does, right?
Well,
If
my big thing is I have certain events and stories I want to share,
mm-hmm.
and I know it's important to write them down so that I can get through the whole story. Um, and yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, what my story's about. I mean, the topic is, basically how do you survive in a world full of turmoil? And my attitude is just, being able to adapt and communicate with other people, and I mean, because time and time again, what I see is that, all this stuff goes on, and people are clueless what it takes to do certain things, and everything's based on their perspective. And so it just takes the time and effort to, if the people are willing, to educate them on, well, your conception of video production is you hold up your smartphone and shoot some video and that's it. And one of my big frustrations is the guy who owned the company I used to work for, Visitech. The guy's like a retired Army general. And he was used to just say screaming, and people would say how high, and he had no idea what it took to do a production. And as the majority of the effort is in the setup of the equipment. And I'd go through all this effort to set up equipment and everything, and then I'd get my actor in there, and the actor may or may not be familiar with the material and uncomfortable with it, and we'd read through it several times. And of course, I always shoot rehearsals, and the owner would come in and go, "That's fine, just use that one." Well, he didn't understand that it was going to take me more time to fix the mistake in post than it would be to take the 5 minutes to shoot it again.
Yeah.
And yet, so in other words, his attitude was, "Oh, well, you're going to end right now, and you're going to be done with it, and we can have this done tomorrow." And I'm going, "No."
That's slavery, man. You're a slave.
Yeah.
All right. So you got to do things that way. If it's you go back to the Bible, it's like people when they came out of Egypt, they were right. The people were right there. They were like, "Man, this sucks, being out on our own. Let's go back to slavery in Egypt." And we all, I think everybody should look at themselves and say, "Am I, out of bondage? Am I binding myself inside my own mind by constantly doing stuff where I have to, work for the man, and they didn't give a crap what I had to go through doing TV production for Robinson College of Business. I mean, really, my boss was like, he felt sorry for me. You're stupid, because you're going to have to bust ass. I'm like, well, we can do this. This is what it's going to take. And, the guy's like, yeah, well, more power to you. But, don't expect that we're going to think you're something or something. Feel sorry for you. You're pathetic. Because the Julian, he's up there. He's just in an office. Even if he's in the office, not answering the phone, just mellow yellow, and he's getting that 6-figure salaries. And then he ended up being provost, or like the head of all the computer thing of Georgia State University, like right up there directly below the president. And man, I mean, people like that, they go there because they're like, well, they're looking around, because he was at my level at one time. He was doing support in the labs and doing making sure the computers were running right, and kissing the manager's ass 24/7, because in his mind, he's like, I'm a slave right now, and the only way I'm ever going to escape from that is for me to get up onto that big seat where Jane Leonard is sitting. And sure enough, when she retired, he leveled up, and then he kept playing the game. How can I reduce the need of all this staff that we have doing all these technical things? Well, we could get this system, this automated system, that automated system. We could lay off all these people, and people like him, did massively reduce the amount of staff positions there at Georgia State University. By the time, when I was working in operations, they had 10, 15, 20 people around the clock in operations for the whole university. And it got to be where there was just like 4 or something, 24 hours a day. seven days a week, and most of the time, all they do is just monitor a big screen. They did everything that they could do to reduce the need of the staff, and then the people at the very top, they just shovel up all that money into their own salaries, and it's in Aristotle's Politics. Aristotle was the teacher of Alexander the Great about 2,500, 2,400 years ago, right? And he said this is what happens with an oligarchy. Described it, you know. He said it can start out like a ruling group that rules the society for the benefit of all. But then he said the oligarchy is the perversion of that, where the ruling group rules the entire society for the benefit of themselves. And that's exactly what they're doing in the United States. But yeah, I encourage everybody, if you don't know what's going on with slavery, look at this global slavery index. I don't want to, I'm way off topic here, but it's on my mind because there's a guy from Trinidad. He's got his green card, but he married a Filipino woman, and it's on my mind today because they didn't have enough money. They made the dang all the processing thousands and thousands of dollars, and they kept putting it off because they had several kids. And now today I hear they're on the brink of homelessness. He's a real decent guy, Emilio, and he's got his green card, but his wife, her paperwork hasn't been done, and they're struggling right now. And Zenny wants to help them and stuff, and I got horror stories to tell you about, like things that happened to Zenny's family when she came over here to the United States, and it's flat slavery. And you and I and everybody that has to rent themselves out for wages is, de facto a slave. But I think we're distinct in the fact that we can walk away from anything. You can make the decision, like you made the decision you're going to stop listening to this idiot screaming at you. A guy like that, your boss, it's like, screw this. He like looks at you with total contempt because you're working all the time. People that work are stupid.
Right.
Why is that the case? And this, a Chinese lady explained it to me. She, Nouveau Riche, she's like, money that you have to work for constantly is almost worthless, right? If you're working all the time, you don't have time to earn money, right? So in other words, she says, like, if you're working in a restaurant, right, you're constantly there preparing meals for people or whatever. You don't have time to read a book or go on the internet and come up with something or do stock trading or you don't have so that money that you get for flipping burgers is like, it's almost worse than nothing.
Right.
Because you're losing your opportunity. And she was, and she had still been after me. She was like, you've got to get out of this computer animation stuff, because they worked, they did some investment in that, and they were like, it's extremely high risk, and the fact that it's a very risky movie making and game development and stuff like that, you can be a big winner very fast and make a huge fortune, but it's extremely risky. You can lose everything, and put all this work into something like that and then get absolutely nothing. And she's like, you should choose to be more strategic. And she was like, go to a slum, the worst neighborhood that you can find, buy a rental property, fix it up, put some people from the area in there and charge them way less rent than anywhere, right? And they will start to care about that property, because every time they get ready to move, they're going to look around and they're going to see that they're really way under market. and you do that gradually until the market shifts in your favor, and then you sell the property, you level up a little bit, and you do it. And she's like buying like what Ray did, where Ray got all these mortgage. I don't know exactly how he did it, but he my understanding from what he said is that he's got mortgages on his rentals, right?
Right. I don't
and,
know.
and but the thing about it is, if you do a little research into real estate or whatever, rentals in upscale, a good decent neighborhood, it's the worst for occupancy, because people move there because they want to live in that nice neighborhood, and they don't want to rent. They want to,
They want to own it.
yeah, they want to own. And the if you read the business, I was trying to share some stuff with Ray that I was reading that really paralleled what this Chinese woman was telling me about how to build up. She called it "get rich slowly," right? Yeah, it was. I saw parallels to it in some real estate books that I got when I was staying over there at your house, and I was reading about it. And the what the business people say is that if you get something in a very bad neighborhood, it's got nowhere to go but up, right?
Right.
And I think the classic example is over there by Georgia State. I tried to do this with Davis Ison, Capitol Homes, those projects over there by the Union Carbide. That's a toxic facility. That Union Carbide plant that used to be there. I don't know if you remember it or not, but you could see all the ducting and stuff for that chemical plant near the Martin Luther King rail station, and then there's a cemetery right there. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that or not. But houses over there, you get them for $15,000. I had a student loan. I was like, Davis, go in with me, man. Let's get one of these. He's like, that's the ghetto, man. If we're over there, they'll kill us. I'm like, no, they won't. Let's get. But I needed somebody to go in with me. And, no, man, I can't do that, man. No. Okay, those houses are selling for $315,000 and more now. Why? It had nowhere to go but up. When Georgia State got a football team, they put the practice field on the side of the Union Carbide plant. So they took that toxic site, tore it down or whatever, and put a football field on top of it. Right? And all of a sudden, it's prime real estate.
Right.
So that's important to think about. I'm really what.
Well, talk about Geraldine. Geraldine's house, and it was in worse condition than Mom's house. And Mom's house, had anyway. The long and the short of it is, a guy came in and went through that house, and basically, sold it for like $250,000.
You
And
bet.
this has been like 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's crazy. And I mean, there's also the factor of the buying power of the dollar is getting lower and lower. They printed a lot of money during the Great Recession, and so there's a bunch of really stupid factors that are involved in the fact. But those houses, they were built for less than. They probably cost $5,000 to build. When they
Probably,
were
yeah.
built. They were sold for $15,000. And now they're $250,000. You crazy? Never buy one of those. But I want to talk about where we were last time before it's too late. And I don't know if Ace is still with us. Ace, this was
It looks like he's dropped off.
okay. Well, dang, my fault. I probably, I don't know. Let's see, and I don't have my thing ready for the thing. Okay, so we're gonna run through this anyway because it's relevant to you as well. I'm gonna get on Stream Elements, And I guess I better start from the top. I'd like you to go, if you could, to Stream Elements. And see if you can create an account. I sort of don't want to waste time by logging myself out. And can you go to streamelements.com and see if you can create an account with your
Yeah, let me see.
your relevant credentials, your credentials that are tied to this OBS thing that we're doing or whatever. These things can change, but it's kind of just as a matter of practice. I think it's a good idea for you to have some kind of an identity around an email that. It's almost it's not a good idea, I think, to randomly create an email here and there. Rather, it would be better to say, okay, I'm going to create an email, and I'm going to create a Facebook account for that email, and I'm going to create an Instagram and a Twitter account and a WordPress account for that email. In other words, when you make this identity of an email, like I'm using for my gaming identity, the Real Mystic Mask at gmail.com, and there's a Real Mystic Mask Facebook, there's a Real Mystic Mask Twitter, there's all kinds of stuff out there, and it's just a good practice in so many ways to do that. One way in particular where it's very very useful is certain applications integrate your social media presence. That, like WordPress offers plugins that allow you to automatically tie in the WordPress site to a particular Facebook, a particular WeChat, a particular Instagram. You see my meaning? Right. And in setting those kind of things up, in the process of setting those kind of things up, there needs to be all the login and credentials and everything for that whole piece. So if you treat your personal SealPup ID as one of those, you'll say, well, there should be a SealPup Facebook, a SealPup WordPress, a SealPup Instagram, a SealPup Twitter,
Right,
all
exactly.
that stuff.
And that's what I've tried to do.
Yeah.
It's like, it says log in with your YouTube account, and I don't know if I had previously created a Stream Elements account, but
this is the thing. The way this is going to work is, it's like I'm connected via Twitch, I believe. But the idea is that there's going to be like a handshake, an authentication with Stream Elements that will allow you to add a tremendous amount of functionality to the real-time stream that you're delivering.
Right. And in other words, as I'm saying, it's like I chose my SealPup TV account, and it's got me in Stream Elements, in my YouTube account. And in other words, I guess what I did, and in other words, it's not asking me for a password or anything like that. In other words, it's accepting my YouTube SealPup TV account, and it's got me in.
Okay. So, can you see my screen?
I can.
All right. So, go to if you're on Stream Elements, what you want to get into is overlays. Have you got OBS running?
I have OBS running.
Good.
And I have the Stream Elements window up, and of course it's showing like this dashboard where it shows subscribers, members, money, and something else, and it says you've just a few clicks away from streaming glory. So I guess I got to hit continue. Okay, so it says da da da. You're a few clicks away from becoming a stream legend. So it shows chat box, tipping activation, overlays, SC Point Live.
All right.
So I guess I hit activate.
Um,
I'll hit activate. It looks like it's downloading those things.
yeah. What you want to get is you want to get to this URL slash dashboard slash overlays, and then you should see my overlays.
Okay. I think it's downloading and loading those right now.
Okay, and then it should. I think when you first bring it up, it's gonna just have nothing. Um,
What is tipping?
well,
Tipping activation, is that where people can give you money?
yeah, that's right. And I am not. I should be by now. Um, but I tried to uh, that need okay the money where people are on that's gonna have like where are people getting to you? They're getting to my stream on Twitch, right?
Right.
Okay, so there's various things like what is it, Twitch bits and tipping on Twitch, and you have to enable it, and you have to get your PayPal in there, right? And I don't have mine set up. I don't have it set up like it's supposed to be. I looked at it, um, and basically I was following the instructions from here, and it was saying go to this on Twitch, and then I go to that on Twitch, and I couldn't find the thing, that they were talking about. So it's something that I have to solve, but damn well going to
Right.
very very soon. Um, now, what there's two kind of things. Have you got the My Overlays page open
No,
yet?
it's still downloading stuff.
Okay, so I'm wondering. I might as well just dive in. Well, okay. This is what I did. I went to. Since you're waiting, can you watch what I'm
Yeah,
doing
I'm
here?
watching what you're doing.
Okay. So you go to your overlays gallery, and they have a bunch of these kind of things that you can pick. So you can uh, uh, just pick a particular overlay, and a lot. Yeah, so somebody's, for example, streaming Halo, they might want to go to the Halo thing. These are holiday relevant layouts and so on. Um, Also, all these they're game specific overlays that people have set up. Um, Live music streaming overlays and so on. Now I went down here somewhere, I forget where, and I picked an animated overlay theme, and I loaded it. Well, let's see. Maybe I did it from here. Um, oh, Violet Momentum static super theme, right? I just saw this and I was like, I like that kind of look, right? And I hit this and I hit create. All right, so it created. Let's see. If I go back to overlays, right? It created all these things. Now, this chat box down here, basically when I started Stream Elements, I had one thing that I needed, which was live chat on top of my stream, right? So I did new overlay and I created a chat box. Like I think I did this. Um, Overlay resolution, start, right? Add widget, right? And let's see, alerts, engagement. These are all the different kind. Okay, these are the tips, bits, Twitch bits and tips or whatever. Static custom. Let's see, where are these things? Your streams chat, right? So I went to Stream Tools. I did your streams chat and made it. Let's see. Hold on a second. Take a brief. What was that? Number 2. Number 1. I just did a Google takeout, and I hit it for my YouTube. Like, you can do Google takeout and take every single thing that you have on Google, download it, right? And it'll give you a series of 2 gigabyte files. It's a pain in the ass, but my YouTube, I was trying to just download the history, and I accidentally created a download of the 100% of everything Google YouTube for that ID for David McBride 1963, and I just decided to open it up and take a look at it before I delete it, because I didn't really need all of it, but it turned out to be 14 gigs.
Wow.
Which really, I got a real, I'm not sure what my YouTube takeout is for the Real Mystic Mask. Be interested to know, but that's seems to be pretty dang good. I guess maybe they just send you, I'm not sure, I'm going to take a look, but do they send you just the 1080p? They send you the top resolution of every video or something like that? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at it. But I had done these religiously during the pandemic. Is Ace still not here?
I don't see him.
Let me see. I feel like I should maybe call him. But let's see. I am. All right, so I selected create, and it created these things. Now, there's an ellipsis here, right? And when you click on that ellipsis, it's going to give you a copy URL. Very important URL. That's going to allow you to use this thing. All right? So all I've got to do, right, is take this copied URL and go over to OBS Studio. Oh, look over here and see how this looks. Oh, wait a second. I need to get my thing fully on the screen. Okay, there we go. And actually, I'm going to start up my magnifier just to make sure it shows up. So my wife's sending me sex predators are on Roblox videos. Yeah, hell yeah they are. They're all over the dang planet. And
They're on everything.
Yeah. This is the thing, it's like she wants me to. Oh, she's in really good shape and making whoopee and everything, like now. So that whole crap I just had that I just went through the last week or whatever, it's over. She's fine now, and things are good. And making whoopee, yeah. So, but Lord have mercy. I just need to. I've gotten better at being completely chill about it. But anyway, she was like, because of her health condition, she'd be like, oh, she's all right. She's playing on her computer or something like that. And that went on for 2 years, and by that time she's completely into the world of Roblox and has seen more than I care to know. You know what I mean? She already has got a lot of communication skills that it's regrettable. But I'm here now. Now currently, and I just brought this up. Currently, Roblox has 66.1 million daily active users and over 214 million monthly active users. So I'm like, she's sending me a video. Oh my God, it's human trafficking on Roblox. You kidding with what? Of course there is. But the thing about it is you need to monitor and engage. I'm not gonna, I can't get into this thing of like, well, now we're gonna take away her computer and make her sit over there. She'll lose her mind, man. She's completely, and most of the time she's having a good experience on there. And my wife was supposed to get her room set up where where she would be able to live stream like other kids that live stream do, and it's been ever since last December it's not done, and I can't even get it's hard for me to get her room even cleaned up, and she's like, clean your room. She's telling me to clean my room. It's like, man, I can't get done cleaning your room, woman. Before my day is gone. But anyway, on this thing here, all I have done is I've copied the URL. Remember?
Right.
All right. So the first one. So what I would do is I'd create a new scene. Let me do this from scratch. I'll just do it over again. And I'm going to call it SE demo. Got me?
Right. And I guess, all right, so you're inside of Stream Elements, you're creating.
No, I haven't created anything in Stream Elements. I'm in OBS and I'm in the scenes doc. Hey, Aaron, how you doing, man? We're just doing a little OBS and Stream Elements training for streamers. So I'm getting ready to show how to set up a Stream Elements layout, animated theme layout on Stream Elements. Somebody joined the class from Twitch live. All right, so now you can see we have a blank scene, and I want to start up my magnifier. Let's see. All right. So
Move it to the right a little. There you go.
all right. So what I'm trying to have right up in the front where you can see it well is sources, right? That's the next thing I'm going to do is now that I've just created a blank scene that's called Stream Elements Demo, I'm going to add a source, and I'm going to add a browser source. Remember, that's what we just did. We called it we copied a URL, a Uniform Resource Locator address for the Hypertext Transport Protocol, HTTP www whatever it was, right? You got that?
Right.
All right. So I'm gonna call it so I can remember what I'm doing. I'm gonna call it SE overlay scene demo. All right, that's visible. Looks like I can see it even with my
Yeah, I
bad
can
eyes.
see it.
All right, so you've just added a browser source. Browser sources let you display a web page from the internet or a local file and are commonly used for widgets and alerts. Oops, did I lose you?
I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So let me see. I'm gonna bring this over here. And here's the default URL. Right. I select that, and I'm gonna hit the control key and press the V as in victory key, and that's gonna send my Stream Elements URL that I copied. See it?
Right.
Secure.
And so what that link does is for that overlay, correct?
Right. That is correct. Now, notice here, it's got a width and a height. Now, I should know what that's going to be, right? 1920. It's not 800, right?
Right.
1920 by 1080. And I don't know all the stuff with this yet, but what I'm doing is I'm kind of just cutting to the chase to really give you the 1078. Why is that doing that? Did that go to that? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see. Is that showing good? I just want to move it. Okay, so that's all I'm doing there. And I'm going to go and bring over the bottom of that. This is the properties panel for the browser source. I'm going to hit OK. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. And you can see it's loading. All right. All right. Now, also, these items, I am pretty sure we're going to get interactivity with them, but the stuff has to be connected under the hood. In other words, all the Facebook pages, the YouTube pages, your Cheer thing has to be set up. Cheer is a way I think that you deliver money or tips to someone. But this, you see this Ron Hung or whatever,
Right.
right here. That is working. That is the last person that followed me on Twitch. I need to set up the subscription thing, but I need to feel like I've got enough out there that I have something to offer that's worthwhile to ask for money for a subscription. I just feel like I'm not familiar enough with the thing to know what to do. So here's my thing. It's just an object here, so I can go here and get my video capture device. Looking at the screen there, let's see. I'm gonna make it big again. All right, so I'm gonna add an existing, and this is my Nexigo 4K camera. See how I came across there? I'm looking.
Right. So what you did is the capture device. In other words, the overlay is on the window, and it's 1920 by 1080.
All right, this guy right here, the Nexigo.
Right.
I need to put that underneath.
Underneath it.
Right.
Okay, there you go.
Then I've got it.
And now you're in the overlay.
Right. Well, actually, I'm really sizing my camera. Hey, is that Ace?
Yeah, Ace
Yes.
there.
Hey, Ace. I guess we lost you for a minute. Can you see what we're doing? We're doing this fancy schmancy animated gaming streamer stuff. Can you see that? Ace.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, yeah. Bro, what's up? All right, so for example, I'll go back over this again, but I'm going to run through we're kind of we have created a new demo for Stream Elements, and this is what scene is being delivered live over. And I'm just checking out what's going across the Twitch thing. This is what's being delivered live. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back, and don't worry, we'll go through this process again. But what you need to do to be able to use this functionality, Ace, is you need to create an account on Stream Elements and connect all your Twitch stream to Stream Elements, right? And that's what we're gonna learn how to do here. All right, so
You end in 6 minutes, David.
okay, all right. So I imagine what's going to happen is I'm going to go through exactly what we went through again to see this layout. It has it's got a be right back. It's got the stream ended, and it's got a starting soon, and it's got the talking head thing, and it's got the game thing. So this one is the live gaming overlay layout of this particular overlay. Now, Ace, just for your edification, once you create your Stream Elements account on streamelements.com, you can get these overlays in the overlays gallery. So I'm going to go there once again. And, when it's Halloween and stuff, you can put up a Halloween one. You can make your own from scratch, stream overlays. But they've got a lot of really advanced stuff. And, Ken, I don't know. It's like I still don't know. Like, I really suspect that some of these are done in After Effects, right? They're done with Adobe After Effects, and then they're rendered with an alpha channel, right? And exported to a WebM format. That's what I'm guessing is going on. And I sort of, it's a pain in the butt to have too much software on your machine or whatever. But I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm going to go on Digital Juice. I'm going to get some After Effects, some fancy projects, and see if I can make one of these overlay themes. But you go here and you go create here, and then when you go back to your overlays page, you're going to see all the things that you got from that. And this I accidentally just created. I'm not even sure how I created it. But I'm going to go back here. This is the next part of this particular overlay, and click the ellipsis and select Copy URL. Incidentally, do remember that you can go to Twitch, The Real Mystic Mask, Twitch TV / The Real Mystic Mask, and see these, and also these classes that we've had, and also they'll show up on YouTube. So if you want to go back and look at them again, you can. So I've copied the URL for the Violet Momentum animated super theme, and now I'm going to go back to OBS. All right, so I'm going to create a new thing I'm going to call SE Demo 2, right? And this is the next part of the overlay theme. So I've got you see I've got a blank layout, and I'm going to add a source. I'm going to add a browser source, and I'm going to call it SE Demo 2 source. I'm actually probably going to remove all this stuff as soon as I get done with this. But anyway, I'm doing it. All right, here comes the page. You just created a browser source, and I go to the very top and copy the URL, paste it into here, and change this to 1920 by 1080. Hello, you're streaming live on the internet. How may I help you? Man, I love that. Did you see that? um, Ken, did you see that? Somebody was calling my phone.
And what about it?
Well, I picked up the phone and I said, "Hello, you're streaming live
You're
on the
streaming
internet.
live on the internet. They hang up.
How may I help you?" Yeah, they just hang up right fast, buddy. So I do that all the time. So
Hey, good way to get rid of spam calls.
yeah, man, it's fantastic. It works great. And like this guy, a sales guy from Sweetwater, called me because he'd assisted me when I got. Oh, wait a second. Here comes somebody else. Hello, you're streaming live on the internet. How may I help you? Ladies and gentlemen, I think. Yeah. Hello. No, they're not talking. Well, we're gonna have to go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They hung up. Say that is awesome. And the way I discovered that is the first time I was streaming and from my phone and I got a call. I was like, "Gee, what's gonna happen? I better say." Whoever picks up the phone, I better tell them that if in case their voice is going over the internet, I better tell them. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit OK here, and it's going to load this layout, and that's going to be the end of the class. All right, so what I would do next is I would get my my camera. The existing Nexigo camera, drop it in, size it down, right, and then put it, all right, we're done. All right, so that was the end of my Google Classroom for today, but thanks for tuning in. And that's we're starting to work through Stream Elements, and as we continue, we'll get into more of the details of how to work with Stream Elements and all the fine points. But until then, it's not going to be then. See you next time.